Hi, today is March 19th. It is 1:38 p.m. in the afternoon. I want to speak about a few things. After yesterday's truth about Duncan and myself, there have been some new developments. Linda Cooley, I know that you know Linda Cooley. He was on staff at Toronto when Toronto was Toronto Airport Christian Fellowship. He was a worship leader, and he ended up founding a church over in Nashville. I want to say Texas, but somehow I think it's Tennessee. It doesn't matter anyways. He has a ministry, Linda Cooley Ministries. Linda Cooley actually is now a member of the organization. Linda Cooley is in the office, and he is actually wanted to do a raping schedule for myself. This raping schedule is involving getting me by, I think it's within an hour, because Dallas Winston is not feeling too well, I guess. They have decided to send somebody to the house. I did not go to the library today. I want to speak about a few things in regards to that and why I go to the library. I go to the library because Sarah Giles, the woman who owns the house here, she was going to charge me more money for staying in the house and working remotely and using up her utilities. So I said I'd go to the library. It doesn't bother me. I actually focus better at the library, and I enjoy the library, and that's why Sarah Giles has been under surveillance, because she herself is a marijuana dealer. She is a crack addict. Unfortunately, because of all of the rumors about me, they said is not perfect that she moves in with a dealer. So another thing is, what was spoken about is that I wear my glasses, and I wear my glasses in actuality. The reason why I wear my glasses is because I'm high or something. I wear my glasses because I have astigmatism and because my cornea has detached itself from my retina. I actually have, I get tested on a yearly basis for glaucoma as well, because there's glaucoma in the family. So I'm going to come up to the camera very closely, and you can see whether or not I'm high. Anyone who is high does not speak the way I speak. Anyone who is high, like I spoke yesterday, I cannot actually access, I can't smoke marijuana because of all the medication I'm on. I cannot even drink. If I do drink, I used to like martinis. I would have to dilute martinis. I used to drink Cosmopolitans and Long Island iced teas when I used to like to drink. When I did, I like to drink. I like to drink. I would go out and drink. Not go out and drink, but I go out and have a few drinks. And I would drink vodka coolers. That is what I would drink when I would be able to drink alcohol. I can't drink alcohol anymore because of the amount of medication I take. So I'm going to come right up to the camera, and you can see whether or not, if I'm high, a person who's high. Obviously I'm not. But I will do this posting without my glasses on, just to make everybody feel to prove to the naysayers that I'm not high. Excuse me. What else has happened here is that there are two animals, Israel and Abraham. Abraham wears a shirt because I believe Sarah coats it with something. I don't know. That's not something that I tried to take the shirt off and he stunk. Now, that could be just an animal or not. I'm not going to make any more presumptions. I do know that Israel, the cat, has been abused. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. And I try to keep that cat in my room, but she freaked out. She is a alcoholic and a drug addict. And a dealer, and I'm trying to get out of here. But everybody says, well, why are you trying to get out of there? Because by 2:30 today, Linda Cooley has instituted a raping schedule and wants me to, because there's a $20 million price on my head. Kevin Jeffries is standing in front of the door of the alcove at 268 Atwell. Jeff Yancey repeatedly comes into 268 Atwell to see what's going on. I believe Sandra Long is not feeling well. She's accused me of beating the crap out of her, when in fact, I haven't seen Sandra Long to speak to her, to look at her face to face in years. probably since 2023 in the summer, at some point in the summer when I was on a Sunday morning. Sandra Long has obviously seen me. Sandra Long has always seen me through the camera. Sandra Long has obviously seen me because she followed me to the New Toronto Food Bank and took a picture of me. Sandra Long will claim that I beat the crap out of her when in fact I did not beat the crap out of her. Like I stated, I haven't seen her. She said it was around 11:30 at the library. The library doesn't open until 12:30. I left here at around 11:30, 11:45 yesterday to go to No Frills Pharmacy on 220 Royal York Road to pick up my prescriptions. And then I went over to the library. The library wasn't open yet, and I waited for about 4 minutes. There were a number of people waiting around the library, including the librarian that was filling in. If anybody wants to question, I had an interaction with her. I spoke to her while she was waiting outside. I asked her if she could pick up some books for me. Wedding planning books. Because there will be a wedding. I also want to mention that for months now, since Duncan and I since he's announced his wedding, Jonas Regato and Sandra Long have both been sending him death threats to Ali via emails. And Sandra Long also has threatened him at the Revival 30 conference. She sends him death threats on a regular basis. So that's what's happening. He is right now, he's at the Durham County Police Station. He's been there since, I think, about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 a.m. He's explaining everything. He's going through everything because Kate Daniels has contacted the Durham Regional Police as well as Toronto, and Toronto contacted Durham. So because of what was stated, because of the lies that Kate is purveying, is that a word to use? Anyways, so he's been at been there with his bodyguards, his bodyguard and Kate's former bodyguard, or Kate's bodyguard. So they all went there, and they've been there for a number of hours, explaining every single thing, every single detail about me, about Toronto, about how he met me, about Caspar Riley, about his daughter, about Kate, about companionship, about raping schedules, about Kevin Jeffries, Jeff Yancey, and about all the people involved in the organization: Melinda Jeffries, Sandra Long, Jonas Regato, Zachary Lanoux, Melanie Regato, as well. I don't know if he's speaking about Linda Cooley, but that doesn't matter. He's speaking about Toronto, and he's also speaking about Murray, and he was going through everything. Mostly it's about how they interrelate and how he's been threatened, I've been threatened, and that's what he's doing, because he figures, and his kids as well, they want to know if what I said was the truth, which it was. He also gave me permission through the microphone. He explained that to the Durham police of what the microphone or the camera was that he set up, and how it's attached to him, and how it's attached to North Carolina and his office, and how it's attached to Toronto. He explained how that. I also want to state that Kate Daniels was very angry about the whole thing. She's now continuing. I have an appointment on tickets appointment for me and my Nigerian nieces. I'm not going to mention their names. My Nigerian nieces are coming with me, and we're going to a wedding showcase. And Kate he's surprising me. He's sending me there because he wants me to get some ideas for flowers, but we weren't going to book it just because he surprised me. He told me last night that he's booked a place up in Toronto for a wedding date. It'll be very small. It'll be basically just a handful of people, just because we're going to have a larger wedding down, or a reception or celebration down in North Carolina once I get down there. Kate, he told the people where they were. Kate has contacted every single library, every single community center, and to the point where she contacted Reed's Distillery. That's where the event is. Kate Daniels said, "Are you allowed to have people who are mental patients and methadone addicts, and bring children who are Nigerian refugees. So, not only is Sandra Long doing it, Kate is. I've been given permission to reveal something about Kate. There is something about Kate Daniels that people know that are close to her, that people in Raleigh know, that people in Toronto are aware. During the conference, there is a documentation from the Peel Region EMS that came in at 268 during the conference at the end of September. That conference, they had to reveal the fact that Kate Daniels is and has been diagnosed as a schizophrenic. Kate Daniels spent time in a mental wellness facility when she was younger. Kate Daniels, actually, she's not on any medication. Duncan wanted her on medication, but she was on for a little bit, but she's not on any medication right now. He describes their relationship with her and their marriage as wonderful in the beginning, and then there'll be days, hours after an hour. She'll be wonderful. She'll have everything will be fine. She'll be, wonderful relationship, loving relationship. And then the next hour, her anger takes over. Well, that's not anger. She says it's quite a demonic situation that comes over her, over her face. With schizophrenics, we know that it is demonic. And it comes over her, and then within the next hour, she can be abusive. She can be. Now, I'm not exonerating Duncan of anything. Duncan had a very anger issue. He did have an anger issue. He does get angry, and when he does get angry now, he has dealt with that through counseling. I'm not saying he's a perfect man. No one is perfect. By the grace of God, there go I. Right? With forgiveness, repentance, counseling, and he has been delivered. He's been delivered of a lot of things in his life. He sought out deliverance, and I'm proud of him for doing that. He's done it for me. He's done it to be a better man, to be a better minister, be a better person who speaks out God's love and our Heavenly Father's word, and for his anointing that has increased. Notice Kate Daniels does not preach very much anymore. Not in Raleigh. She doesn't like to preach anymore. Now, I'm not doing this because I vowed to her and I spoke to her a long time ago, before I realized how she could turn on me, and before I realized she was off her medication for her schizophrenia medication. I told her I would never, without his permission, speak about certain things. And I told her that I would never reveal that she is a schizophrenic. I told her that because it's not fair. Because I know she is the co-president. She is a founder of a church. And but she has aligned herself with Sandra. She has aligned herself with those who would want to destroy my life, his life, and us. For the specific reason, she has stolen money. She has stolen the $7,000. She has spent it when they were in France. She also stole $700,000 because she thought it would be used for her to buy a new home, because she knew at that one point that Duncan was going to kick her out, ask her to leave their home, as per the details of their divorce agreement. I am not speaking anything that Duncan has stated that I cannot speak. I want to reiterate that. I'm not speaking anything that isn't untrue. Kate Daniels can go around, like I said, send me a police officer. I spoke about yesterday how I have routine blood work to prove that I'm not a drug addict, a methadone dealer. And here's my requisition form. I'm putting on my glasses so I can read it. And I'm also fixing my wig. There's a part of my wig that goes over my ears. Okay, so my doctor is in Mississauga. Glucose, HbA1c. I don't know what these are exactly. Some of them I do know, but some of them I don't. They're just routine for my medication. THS, creatine, uric acid, sodium, potassium, CK, ALT. If you are a physician or a nurse, you would know more about what these are. These are routine for my medication. ALK, phosphate, bilirubin, CBC, vitamin B12. Lipid assessment includes cholesterol, HDL-C, triglycerides, calculated LDL-C, and cholesterol HDL-C ratio. Individual lipid tests may be ordered in the other test section of this form. Ferritin, urinalysis. Ew, I have to have urine sample. Sorry, anyways, that's the routine blood work that I have. So, like I stated before, without his specific okay, that's what I speak. In regards to him, in regards to his kids, in regards to Raleigh, in regards to Kate. Now, Kate is going to retaliate in some way, shape, or form. She may contact the Toronto Regional Police. She may not. She already has. Durham, after speaking with Duncan and his bodyguards, will be contacting Toronto Regional Police. So he knows that. So just be aware of that. Basically, I will be alive. I know that because I am hiding out. That's what I'm doing. I'm not answering the door. I'm going out tomorrow to volunteer from 8:30 to 12:30. I'm leaving here. I'm telling you this because in case anything happens, I'm leaving here at 7:45 and I will be walking because I don't have bus fare and I don't think they'll let me on the bus for one stop. I don't know. Anyways, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I'll try. Anyway, so I will be going to the New Toronto Food Bank. I'm volunteering in food sorting for 8:30 to 12:30. I will be having luncheon there. I will be coming back because today I cannot concentrate because of what's going on in the office and because of the knowledge of the death threats against Duncan. He's had numerous death threats from other people, but mostly from people like Jeff Yancey and Kevin Jeffries as well. And other people around the world, I guess, who would want to see him, but I do know those other people who have given him death threats. Now, I have never specifically had a death threat sent to me. I get death threats through that microphone and that camera. The death threats I get are generally from Sandra Long, Murray Smith, Kate Daniels has executed a death threat. Norman Brown has executed a death threat. Those are the names I can give you. There are other people in the office that have executed. Melinda Jeffries has executed a death threat. Kevin Jeffries has executed a death threat. Obviously, Jeff Yancey has executed a death threat. And those are the individuals who's executed a death threat. I don't know if Duncan's sending up a bodyguard. I am not quite certain about that. It's a lot of money to do that and have me. I do know that I'm looking to leave this place, and because I can't handle it here, I can't handle her anger, I can't handle the demonic acts, the demonic around that woman, the addiction. She has the addiction, her anger. I can't handle it. So I will be leaving this place. It probably won't be till April 1st because I don't have any money right now until I get my check in. Sandra Long has Duncan has said, you will not be giving her any money, basically. Anyway, so that's all I would like to say, and I hope that everyone has the opportunity to seek the truth out because the truth will set you free.